If I were to propose one singular idea to a new Pokemon investor or even a seasoned Pokemon investor as a piece of advice or way to get better at Pokemon investing or investing in general, my piece of advice would be act when you disagree with the market. Now, why is this so important? And why do you need to disagree with a market? Well, a disagreement with the market can come in many different ways. It can be you disagree with the price of something, whether it be low or high. You can disagree about hype or just the buzz around a product, whether it's a lot of hype or none at all. Or you could disagree with how people are predicting to perceive that product 10, 15 years down the line. Now, why is this so important? Well, to explain this, I'll give you guys some examples of different ways that I've disagreed with the market or just people have disagreed with the market in general and how that's made them money. And then after this, I'll tell you guys things that I disagree with in the market right now and what I would do about them. So one example, I've given this example many times before, but the Lugia V alt art price. I disagreed that it should be in the hundreds. I think it should be $200, $300, maybe even $400. So I bought one. I acted. I disagreed with the market price, so I acted. I bought. I thought the card was undervalued, so I picked it up, hoping that eventually people would appreciate it more and realize that it is in fact a great card and associate it with the other alt arts that are super expensive, like the Giratina, the Rayquaza VMAX, and the Umbreon VMAX. Now, I'll give you guys a famous example. Rudy's bathroom. So he bought a bunch of XY era things, like I think collection boxes, generations boxes, booster boxes, Roaring Skies, Ancient Origins, that kind of stuff. And then the prices tanked. There was reprints. It was printed into oblivion. I think boxes were in like the 70s, even like maybe the 60s, super, super cheap, which nowadays, if Roaring Skies was in the if Roaring Skies was in like the 300, 400s, I'd pick up a box immediately, but it is not. It is much more expensive than that. But he famously got all this stuff, thought he was going to make a profit, be able to resell it, sell it back, but the price of everything tanked. He couldn't sell it. He couldn't even sell it sell it to his patrons at like a super cheap price. So he just threw it in a bathroom, locked it up, and did nothing. And in a way, that is acting. He disagreed with the market. He disagreed that the price should be $60, $70, and he disagreed with selling it. He didn't want to sell it. So in disagreeing with the market, he decided, you know what, I'm just going to throw it away, not look at it. And then I don't remember how many years later he made his follow-up, but maybe it was like, we'll call it 3 years. He came back to it, and the value of that entire collection had, I think it was like 5 or 6 times insane amounts of money that he made from that. So I give you that example, not to say that Rudy was a genius for locking it in the bathroom. I don't think that was a genius move. I don't think he had that planned out for the future or anything. But I think he disagreed with the market. He disagreed that it should be that cheap and that selling it that cheap would be worth it. So he acted upon that and he locked it away. Something that made me a good chunk of money was I disagreed with the price of Lost Origin. It was maybe 2-3 months ago. I saw it was sitting at MSRP. You could still get it on the Pokemon Center, and I disagreed. I did not think that box should be valued at $145 or $143, whatever it is. Lost Origin's an amazing set, great chase cards, everything about it I love, good trainer gallery as well with the Pikachu VMAX and Pikachu V. So I bought some. I disagreed that it should be that low. I thought the value of that set was way over the value that it was priced at. So I picked some up anticipating that in the coming years it would shoot up in price. And I think in the coming years it'll be $300, $400 a box easily. So far it's doing pretty well. My investment has increased by 70% in 2 months, which is pretty insane for Pokemon investing. And now another thing you could disagree with and act upon is if a card is overvalued or a set is overvalued, where the price of the box is just being inflated by hype or things like that, and the price is just absorbently high for what the product is. Now, to give you a current example, I think that the 151 products are overpriced in English right now. ETBs are going for like $60, booster bundles are going for like $36, and the ultra premium collections have stayed pretty stagnant around like $120 to $90. It really depends on where you are, like US, Canada, etc. But I can get them for $90, which is a pretty good deal. But a lot of the 151 products are pretty overpriced when you try and pick them up. I disagree. A lot of people think that buying them right now is a great investment. I'm not really too sure about that. I think the Pokemon Company will absolutely make a reprint, and if they don't, I think that's kind of a big misstep on their part because they're missing out on a ton of profit because this is an insanely high demand set. So there would be no reason to not reprint it, because there's no way they're going to print this to where it's sitting on shelves and no one's picking it up. It's going to get bought. Everyone wants 151. So in my eyes, it makes sense that a reprint would come, and then it makes sense that 2-3 months down the line, these boxes are going to be much cheaper because you'll be able to get them for MSRP and not $10-15 above. So I disagree with the current market price of 151 products. Now, if there isn't a reprint coming, then yes, the 151 products are a good value, but I think a reprint will come. So that's one current example of things in the market that I just don't agree with right now. Another one that I'll give you guys is Japanese 151. Now, it's not that this one I don't really disagree with the market per se, because it's being printed heavily in Japan, and it's being like shoveled to people in America, and it's still over MSRP. Because a lot of people forget that like Japanese booster boxes are really cheap. Like they're $40 MSRP, 35, 45. I don't know. No, maybe it's 35. Who knows? Maybe I'll put the number on screen. Maybe I won't. Whatever. Either way, super cheap. We're buying them for $60, $70, which is still $20, $25 above MSRP, which when you think about it, like compared to other products, if you're buying them that much over MSRP, like right on release, it's like kind of crazy. But for Japanese 151, that's a steal considering it was $200. I don't know, what is it, 3-4 months ago? It was $200. Crazy. It's crazy the drop that it's had. And I think if it was $200 3 months ago and people were buying it, it was being bought every single day on eBay, multiple times per day. If it was that expensive, there is no reason that a year from now that it wouldn't get back up to that price. I don't see a single reason why not, unless they just completely flooded the streets with 151 Japanese. But I don't think they're going to flood it that bad. I think this will be the last big reprint of the product, and I think everyone who wants it can get it right now, and it'll be pretty easy to acquire for the next, I don't know, couple of months, and then it'll start ticking back up in price. So I think 151 Japanese, it's not that it's undervalued, but in a way, I mean, the box price is undervalued for what the set is and what I think the future of the set is. So I think picking it up right now is, I mean, it's in my best interest. I've picked up, I think, how many did I buy? Five this week. I picked up 5 booster boxes of 151 Japanese. So for the price of that, 3 or 4 months ago, that would have gotten you maybe 2, maybe 3 boxes, which is crazy that you can buy 5 for that price now. Pretty amazing. So that's where I disagree with the market right now. I think that 151 Japanese is incredibly cheap, and I think it's a great time to be buying it. I'm going to be picking up boxes over the next, I don't know how long. As long as it's below $100, I'll gradually keep picking up more and more boxes. I'm not really concerned with, I need to buy them all at $70 versus $80. I think all those price points are pretty good. So I'm all in on 151 Japanese. I also think Silver Tempest, if you're in the US, pick it up. But let me know if you disagree or you think that I am crazy. But yeah, if I give you guys one key, it would just be, look when you disagree with the market and have your own opinions. You can disagree about different things in the market. Follow your gut. If you truly believe some product is special, buy it. I think the SVG special deck set, the Japanese one that has the Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, those art rare promo cards, I think it was a great pickup for me. I was very happy. I got it for like $35, which is insanely cheap. But those cards haven't come to English. So I think it's kind of a cool, unique set that has cards that we've never seen in English, and that the only way to get them is from this box. So I thought it was a good investment. I didn't see anyone else talking about it, but I thought it was good. I disagreed with the market price on it. I think it's going to be over $100 at some point in its lifespan. So I picked it up. But yeah, let me know where you disagree with the market right now. And yeah, thanks for watching. Stay safe out there.